We hope that decisions, drastic decisions should be taken over this issue of incessant killing happening in the country, nationwide, and Benue in particular, because it's actually getting out of hand. Imagine civilians, Nigerians in internally displaced camp being attacked while trying to, articulate whatever the situation is they have already experienced, also facing attack on the other hand. It's actually a call for sympathy, and then we just hope something gets to be done about that. And viewers, we'll also bring more information on any developing story about the Benue crisis. Well, we're moving forward on a lighter note. Human rights lawyer and senior advocate of Nigeria, SAN, Mr. Femi Falana, has called on the federal government to immediately discontinue all criminal proceedings against journalists and citizens facing prosecution for criticizing public officials. Falana's demand comes in the wake of President Bola Tinubu's Democracy Day speech, in which the president warned against the suppression of dissenting voices in a democratic society. In the address delivered on June 12, President Tinubu stated that while slander and libel must not go on unaddressed, no one should suffer injustice for simply writing a negative report about me or calling me names. Citing President Tinubu's Democracy Day speech, Falana demands withdrawal of ongoing prosecutions targeting media professionals and civil society critics nationwide. The senior advocate's statement underscores growing consensus among civil society groups about the misuse of criminal charges such as cyber stalking and criminal defamation to harass journalists, whistleblowers, and human rights activists. Several journalists across the country are currently facing prosecution under controversial provisions of the Cybercrime Act and other laws, often for stories that expose alleged misconduct by officials. What do you make of the statement from Falana, please?
Well, it's unfortunate. I feel for someone like Falana. You see, if you...
Why do you feel for him when he's already speaking?
I feel for him because he's just like a lone voice. This was the same fate that befell Ganifa Emi till he died. He was in and out of prison under the military. And we felt that it was his battle. And you see this thing, it's a wake-up call to Nigerian lawyers. Even like the decision that the Nigerian lawyers took on Rivers State, now they have downplayed it. They have downplayed it because I know that the government has tried to reach out to, I don't know whether the leadership of the bar in Port Harcourt have been compromised. I'm not hearing anything again. They are now quiet. Let me say this. If you do watch Nature Channel, you realize that one of the tactics of predators like lion and leopard is careful and calculative watch of any animal that migrates out of the group, and the moment they can secure a narrow pathway, they will corner that very animal. That animal is gone, because it will be risk to now disperse themselves to go after that. That's why you see animals in so this thing, they always work in group because they know the terrain they are in. It's unfortunate. Even what was happening in Rivers State, it is lawyers that are being used. I normally give a practical example. In this state, Rivers State here, there's a particular man who was once I'm talking about it, I don't want to mention them, who was a president of the Customary Court of Appeal in this state. His lawyers had destroyed him. The person that was going on then is now a lawyer too. The Attorney General, he ought to know. It's just like what the Federal Attorney General is doing in this. Federal Attorney General behind what happened in Rivers State. Talking about Bola Tinubu and Falana. I pity Falana because he's isolated. And this is what a body like Nigerian Bar Association is supposed to take up. There is nobody that is greater than a body like Nigerian Bar Association. We are supposed to take our stand. I was thinking we'll get to the point that we'll shut down courts. Unfortunately, there are a lot of lawyers that are outside going to court. They don't have any means of livelihood. They will die under weeks.
Well, why should the courts should be shut down?
It should be shut down because the court is even being abused. That is how we can drive home. That's how we can drive home. We are, it's just like
so you do not think a reform would have been a better way instead of a shutdown?
There's no green light in that direction. Don't think about that.
So when it's shut down, how do we now get to the right space?
Let me tell you. If students go on protest, lecturers are useless. Can they write result? What's the purpose of the system? The system is down. We are the people that drive the system. If we are not comfortable, like what happened in Rivers State, even this president, that Bola Tinubu, all these things, statement that Bola Tinubu made is just deceit. I quote me, I say it's deceit. If what is happening, if the state that is in Rivers State is because somebody told him that you will get Rivers State to get 2027.
Barrister Mankey, in as much as I know you're okay, it's okay for you to make your statement. We've already gone through the stage before now where you are not allowed to make stating degrading statements.
Yes. I pity. Please, I withdraw whatever statement that I made that is degrading to you.
Yes,
but I pity Falana. Nigerian Bar Association, we need to synergize. We need to come out of our trenches and create a united force. If not, what do you call it? Falana will also pass away. You know, when there is so much stress on you, do you understand? You can collapse. Naturally, you can just die and pass on. See how Gani died. Falana can also go that way, and that will be very sad.
But he belongs to speaking up for human rights.
Yes.
Well, the president already made a statement that.
You know the president that comes with it. When you are under incredible, see what I'm talking about is that we need. That's why I bring.
I do not understand why you made that statement about.
This is why I made the statement. That's why I bring the analogy of this nature-wise something, the capacity and the power of unity. Do you understand?
What if the president already made his?
No. What I'm saying is that body like Nigerian Bar Association as a united body. Do you understand?
Okay.
We look. Society is beckoning on us. Nigerians are looking up to us. Part of our core duty to life.
So you're saying you're not saying in essence that Falana would, in your word, get to fall off because he's the only person.
Yeah, he will not have the necessary weight that he's supposed to have.
Unless the Nigerian bar
let us come together. Yes, like the leadership of the bar, like the position that the leadership of the bar took on position in Rivers State, fantastic. There's no place that will warrant Tinubu to suspend an elected governor. Because if he succeeds, he's going to do it in other states.
We are not actually.
Do you understand?
We are not.
So I am calling in the light of the call by this, because he's just trying to take advantage of it to say that since you have said this, release all these people. So it means that there are people that are being prosecuted. Do you understand? Okay. The other day I met somebody and was telling me that they will come after you. I said, come after me in what sense? I am much more concerned about my children asking me, Daddy, but you were there now. You are a lawyer. What did you tell the government then? I'm much more concerned about that. I am much more concerned about that. This thing is going around. Even the security agents, like those policemen who are shooting tear gas, they are equally victims. And let me say this to our leaders. I think it was J.F. Kennedy who said it. That any system that cannot guarantee the protection of the majority cannot guarantee the security of the minority. Do you understand it? They should bear that in mind in whatever they are doing. And I say again to my professional organization, if there is any time that Nigeria needs us, it is now. Osigwe, who is the national president of the bar, my respected senior, I expect the bar, it's not this annual rhetorics we come to talk about our conference. It makes no meaning to me. It's meaningless. If we are waiting to say what we want to say at the conference in Enugu, that is useless.
So, Barrister Mankey, quickly, if I may get your thoughts also, you're saying that the lawyers should also get to speak up when things are not going right in the country and not compromise.
That is what is expected of us.
It's not like there's a compromise in the Nigerian Bar Association.
I cannot point at that, but we are silent. This silence is gradually descending into what I may call criminal silence. Questionable criminal silence, because by that body language we are giving tactical support.
Okay,
to the ongoing.
If I quickly may say something, I asked you about the governor, who is the overseer of the state affairs of the state in Benue State, where you said yes. So what's the guarantee that when the Nigerian Bar Association make a statement and there is no there is no directive over that, that their voices will be heard?
I didn't remember that very date in the history. Even when you do English law, as a historical distinct to know how law evolved, right? And what we are practicing here is derived from England. That's the foundation of the common law that we practice.
Okay.
Now, I've forgotten that day. It's not too long. That was under Amechi's tenure as governor of this state. Lawyers, for the first time in the history of English law, they went on protest. You know, there we have two chambers. You have advocates and solicitors. You can't be advocate and solicitor like I am. I'm a solicitor and advocate as well as notary public of the Supreme Court of Nigeria. You can't be like that in UK. Do you understand? You either be an advocate or you be a solicitor. These are the two dividing lines. But here we are combined, perhaps based on lack of capacity. They went on protest. Why did they go on protest in UK? The minister, so to say, who is in charge, was presenting a deduction in the budget allocation. Because in UK, the senior advocate, the best hands are given to those who don't have capacity to hire a lawyer to defend them. And they pay from the public coffer. Do you understand? So the minister was now trying to whittle that constitutional allocation. And they said the foundation of the protest was that if you do that, it amounts to denial of right to the poor or the weak among us. And they succeeded. I say lawyers in Wales and England went on protest. Then there was a senior advocate in Nigeria here. When we are suggesting that lawyer will go on protest, he said that if we go on protest, that is unprofessional conduct. Look, as children of this day will say, you go explain, tire. When a lawyer dies, we can only shout and make noise because we have authority to the press.
Okay.
If a lawyer walks in here, you may listen to him.
Okay.
That is the capacity we have. Let us convert this capacity. It's just like in those days, when you see a military man, you know something's wrong. Even we rarely see them. Even till now, there are some countries in the world that you can go on visit and you won't see any military man. Once you see the military, you know that something is wrong. Like now, military are in the street in Israel. You know that there's an emergency. So, lawyers, I'm saying this to us. Let us deploy our God-given gift. Even Jesus acknowledged that we hold the key to knowledge. But he was disappointed. That's why in, I think, Luke chapter 11, 3 times he said, "Curse be unto you lawyers." Because we twisted the law. They turned it in his days. The thing Nigerian lawyers are doing now was done then.
Okay.
Do you understand?
All right. We actually do not have time on our side.
Please, it is time for us. These Nigerians that are going down, this thing will come for us, whether we like it or your grammar will not save you. Your legal semantics will not save you. Your fanciful and cosmetic and eloquent English will not save you.
Okay.
If we keep quiet.
All right.